Have you ever noticed we spend more time trying to get our old life back than figuring out who we became? I spent 3 years waiting for the old me to come back. Turns out, he wasn't coming. Not because he died, because life promoted him and forgot to tell me. Hey everybody, I'm the prostate cancer guy. For the last 2 episodes in this particular series, we've talked about pretending for everybody else, pretending the world should understand what changed inside of me. And now we're on the third part of this trilogy. I want to tell you about the biggest lie I ever told myself as a prostate cancer survivor. I thought healing meant becoming who I used to be, and it didn't. Healing introduced me to somebody I'd never met before. People ask me all the time, when did you become a comedian? That's the wrong question. The better question is, when did I finally stop hiding the comedian in me? Because here's the truth. I think comedy was always in me. Cancer just kicked the damn door open. Do y'all remember the X-Men? When they were, how the powers would manifest itself? They didn't wake up one morning shooting lasers out of their eyeballs. Something traumatic happened. The mutation activated. That's how they got their powers. I think cancer activated my superpower. Now, before y'all get all excited, I wouldn't recommend this treatment plan, okay? Insurance barely covered radiation. I know good and damn well they ain't paying for no superpowers. You see, before cancer, I already had some scars. 6 heart attacks. One time, I actually died in the hospital. Obviously, they brought me back. A marriage that took 25 years to teach me a lesson I wish I had been taught in 5. An addiction that wasn't the kind Hollywood makes movies about, but it still knew how to chain a man down. I spent a lifetime putting the pieces of myself back together. Every time I thought I was finally finished, life found another hammer. Boom! I broke that stuff up. I've always been a short guy, 5'4". People think being short gives you a Napoleon complex. Nah, it gave me a watch this complex. Whatever I lacked in height, I made up for in stubbornness. And that was my superpower. You tell me I can, I'll show you I can. That alone helped me pledge Q at Jackson State, and that's a pretty hard damn thing to do. Then prostate cancer came along, and treatment didn't just attack the cancer, it attacked testosterone. And I didn't realize how much my identity I'd wrapped around that little chemical. Nobody tells you that. Nobody says, by the way, you might wake up one day and not recognize your own fire. That scared me more than cancer. I'm being real honest with you. Because now, the thing that I'd always leaned on was gone. My drive, my edge, my certainty. The feeling that I could outwork anybody. A lot of people are more talented than me, but you can't outwork me when I'm focused. It felt like somebody unplugged me and forgot to plug me back in. For the longest time, I thought my mission was to become the old prostate cancer guy again. The old man with the old confidence and the old strength. The old everything. And then one day it hit me. Maybe the good Lord wasn't trying to give me back my old life. Maybe he was introducing me to the man I was supposed to become all along. That's a scary thought, because now there's nobody left to blame. That's when comedy changed. It stopped being something funny to do, and it became how I stitched myself back together again. Every joke was a stitch. Every laugh closed another wound. Every audience reminded me I wasn't fighting by myself anymore. And here's the irony. Before cancer, I didn't think much about cancer. In my ignorant little world, cancer was something that happened to smokers or women fighting breast cancer, not healthy guys, not me. When life looked at me, I said, oh, you thought you was exempt, prostate cancer guy? Cancer didn't kick me in the butt. It introduced itself a few inches north of that. Right in the neighborhood where everybody stores his ego. Right in the balls. Now, I'm part of a fraternity I never asked to join. Cancer Survival 555. The worst membership package, best people. Nobody wants the jacket, but if you've got to wear it, you're surrounded by people who understand the weight of it. People ask me, do you wish cancer never happened? Abso-freaking-lutely. If I could race it tomorrow, hell yeah, I would, without hesitation. But I can't pretend it didn't uncover something. It stripped away everything I thought made me a man until all that was left was me. And for the first time in my life, that turned out to be enough. Maybe that's why I'm standing here. Maybe that's why I'm finally trying to do comedy. Maybe the dream wasn't born because of cancer. Maybe cancer just uncovered the dream I'd been too afraid to chase, or thought I always had time to chase later. If I ever stand on the stage one day holding an award for making people laugh, there'll be one truth I will never deny. Not that cancer was my friend, not that I'm grateful for it, but that somewhere inside all that pain, I found my voice. Cancer took a lot from me, but it never got the last word. I did. Cancer ended. Pretending ended. Living finally began.